I wasn't backseating, I was asking a leading question about a secret around the next corner. It's totally different. Raging.
Oh man, yeah, there's so much of that. Everyone's got their own definition of backseating, and a lot of those definitions are like nowhere near what we define it as here. You'll walk up and they'll be like, oh, might want to have a blunt weapon out for the next part. And you're like, yo, don't backseat. And they're like, what? I didn't tell you what happens in the next part. I just told you what weapon to have out so you don't get to figure anything out in the gameplay. Right? Like, there's so many of those, man. Oh, good. Oh yeah, have they done blank yet? There are people who will be like, I was asking chat, not the streamer, so it's fine. That's the funniest one to me, is when they go to the chat and they go, has she seen the uncle yet? Or whatever the is gonna show up in the game. Has she seen the horse yet? And you're like, dude, don't say that. And they're like, I wasn't saying it to her. What? I read my chat. It's my chat. You typed it in my chat. Yeah, you said have they done blanket is the worst. People always do that one. That is the most common like stealth backseating where they try to argue that they're not. It's the have they done blank yet chatters. You see it all the time. Did she get up to the part where your dad dies yet? Or they try to hide it and they're like, did she see the death scene yet? Not telling who. And then they're like two characters and one of them is said really sus that's like death flags and you're like, brother. Oh my god. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, I got here at the right time. Or when they go, this part, that one's always funny. Or yeah, saying like how far has she gotten is a really easy way to do it. Or just be like, what have we seen so far? Yo, can someone recap where we're up to? Like that is just such a nice way to ask it, and then the chat will gladly tell you. It's a chat full of people that are invested in what's going on the screen, right? You said I'm guilty of saying, oh, this part. Yeah, try to hold it back until the thing starts happening. Like if the thing is happening and the streamer's like, oh god, it's getting weird. Oh no, and then like a thing appears, you could be like, haha, this part. Like if you do it at that point, you're fine because you haven't spoiled anything for them. But when you do it like beforehand, like they're just in normal gameplay and there's nothing fully cluing them in that this is some sort of part yet, just don't say it at that point, right? Because a lot of the time when chatters say that, in my experience, a lot of the time when a chatter has typed like, oh, this part or something, I'm in a part of gameplay where I have had no indications that something's about to happen. Like there will be things kind of cluing me in that, oh, there's something at the end of the hall, but I don't know that a cutscene's gonna occur. It could just be another room and I continue down another hallway and it just has like one little Easter egg item sitting there that's interesting to look at. You know, like I don't really know what it's gonna be. And constantly chatters will like, while I'm in that mundane bit of gameplay where I like don't know what's going on or anything, and that's when they'll be like, oh, this part, and I'm like, or the worst is they're like, you should save. I hate that one. You should save. Number one, they're backseating. They're just telling you what to do straight up, right? But number two, they're implying that there's about to be like a boss fight or something. And I'm like, what? Shut up. You know, you should save. Like, you should sit there and watch, right? It's funnier if they like get beat up and then they have to go back a bit. You know, games usually telegraph so hard anyway. Yeah, but sometimes they actually don't. You know what usually does it? Someone mentioned it, the autosave. You're walking up somewhere, there's nothing that like lets you save normally in the area or anything. It's just not a game with items like that. But then you go up to a door and right before the door it says autosaving and you're like, oh, okay. That usually clues you in. And that's annoying. You know how like a lot of people are like, I hate when games do that. I hate that so much because it clues me in. Now imagine if you had chatters saying it to you when the game didn't even spoil it for you, right? You have people going, you should, but they're not, it's not even like the game is saving for you. It's them telling you should do a thing, right? It's so annoying. I am so bad at backseating by accident. I know I can't help it except by not chatting during gameplay. Yeah, I limit myself to emotes. If I feel the urge to backseat, I just start using emotes, but not really like typing words, you know, because I find like as I type words, you know, I get you. Like it's there, so you can sit there and proofread and all that, but then like so much is happening on the screen by that time that you're finished proofreading what you're gonna say. So yeah, I just emote and that's it. He said I just watch people play games, so I got no good advice. Good. The world is better this way. It is better. How far have I made it through Silk Song? I stopped right where I was on stream because I want to pick it back up at some point, but I wanted to wait a bit. But it's a game I don't mind waiting on, so I wanted to wait and then come back to it later. Only issue, the thing that's making me maybe not want to stream it, but maybe yes, is just the backseaters get worse over time. right? Like if you stream it right when it drops, a lot of people don't know what happens yet or don't know how to do every fight yet. So that's good. When you stream a game like that later, everyone comes in, they're like, you should do this, you should do that. So that could be annoying. So I think maybe we try again when I feel like picking it back up. And if I get a lot of annoying backseaters, I just stop and I play something else and I just play it off stream. You know? Holiday backseaters are some of the worst. I've had friends tell me that's why I didn't play the first one on stream. I was going to, and then I had friends who had done that and they were like, no, one of the worst backseating experiences I've ever had. And I was like, really? That bad? And I went in some of their chats while they were playing and saw it and I was like, holy. So no thanks. I feel like your mods are way more than capable to deal with that. It's not about whether they can or can't. It's number one, do I want to put them through it at all? Do I want to put me through it at all? That's the first thing, is like, do we even want to deal with it? Because I could just play anything else, right? But then number two, I don't know. It's like... It's just one of those things where I don't have nice things to say to people when they can't stop backseating after being asked or whatever. They can't follow rule after being asked. So then I spend so much time on stream just sitting there like berating them. And I'm like, do I want to do that? I could just like not look at the chat, but that sucks too. I know myself, right? Like I'm gonna like flame those people. And even if I make it funny, it still just ends up being like a lot of time spent on that. And I don't know how much people want to see that. You know what I mean? That's the other consideration for me. You know what I mean? I look at chat all the time. I interact with chat all the time. I'm constantly reading chat. I'm not a streamer that really like looks away and doesn't look at chat much. For some games, if I'm locking in, I might not look at the chat for like a minute, but I glance back all the time. I would rather glance at chat here and there than lock in and not talk for 5 minutes and just get through a fight. You know, like it's a stream. You would watch a video of someone speedrunning if you cared about that, right? So I just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it's like the antithesis of the way I stream. If I just like be like, oh, mods can handle it, and I'll just ignore the backseaters and not address it, because that's like we always address it here because it's funny.